OMG, y'all. Arion. Come on.
Yes.
Talk about
Yes.
inspiring. Like, I just cannot.
Listen, I am just so inspired by her courageousness,
Right.
like her strength,
Yeah.
just thinking about, I mean, there's so many moments where she could have said, "Nah, I'm good." Right?
Fuck this.
Right? Like I
Okay.
think about like leaving your job and taking out your 401k.
Yes.
Listen, in life in general, I am very risk averse.
Yeah.
So the idea of cashing out my 401k to launch a business
Yeah.
terrifies me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But seeing how she stepped out on faith and said, you know what? No, this is something that I truly believe in. And this is an issue that needs to be addressed. So let's do it. Let's do this thing. And I'm so grateful that she did.
Me too. And I honestly, I think because of her and also some of the other things I've seen online, I've been looking into organic products for, organic feminine products. And so I had ordered some a while back on Amazon, of course, because we know how Amazon just
Yeah.
taking all the coins.
Takes
But
takes
I'm gonna
everything.
actually, right, I'm gonna look into Femly to see how I can support there too, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna need them every month anyway.
Right.
But it's just so interesting to me too how we weren't really taught to think about what are the products that are in our feminine product, like what are the chemicals and the ingredients in our feminine products. And I think about tampons especially. Like I started using those when I was younger, and it was just so much easier for me to use that versus just a pad because, it just kind of keeps the flow, but it's not necessarily the most healthiest for us. I think
It's
about
not.
TSS and all that. So
Yes.
yeah, whew,
That's what kept me from using them, right? Like
yeah,
I think I was like, I was in my 20s at least,
hmm,
maybe 25 or something, at least, when I started using tampons for the first time because, yeah, I was afraid of all those things, the toxic shock and like, but then also just having to learn my body in those ways. Like that was like, that, that wasn't something. And it was also like some shame around having to ask for assistance around that, right? And so, but then like I got to a point where I started using the feminine cup because I had heard about like not to the extent that Arion shared with us, but I had
yeah,
heard about the chemicals in some of our hygiene products.
right,
And so I decided that I didn't want to, I didn't want to take the risk, right?
okay,
And so then it was like, but there's still not enough out here and there's not enough information. And the alternatives at that time, the
yeah,
alternatives were so expensive
oh yes,
that it made it unattainable for most people, right?
exactly, exactly,
And I think the thing is that like, recognizing too that even if it was like, even at the price point, right?
hmm,
Granted, over time,
yeah,
yes, it would be cheaper, right? But in the moment, that might not be something that's generally in your budget, right? But then
right,
also
right,
learning too about how much they tax feminine hygiene products.
yeah,
And I was like, wait, what? And I think that's
yeah,
another thing of like not really paying attention when
hmm,
you're in the store to certain things that you're like, I need this.
yeah,
So I'm not going to really worry about how much it really costs because I need it.
yeah,
But I think that that's how they get over on us, how people take advantage of us, right? So
hmm,
you don't have the finances, you don't have the access to the resources or the information, and so then you end up using products with a lot of harmful chemicals, or you end up
hmm,
using products that over time cost you way more,
yeah. That's
or
a
the
really good
marketing
point.
out there is one that, oh, that's a white woman thing, right? Or a
Mm,
rich woman thing.
yep.
So then the marketing that's put out there socially is that taking these alternatives is not cool.
Yeah. Girl, you preaching. That's a good point. I do want to ask you, does the cup work well for you? Because I
Yeah.
definitely tried that before. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that again then, because I definitely did try it before, and I just felt it just felt really confusing. But like you said, it's like, where do you go to get education on how to use things properly? Luckily, we have YouTube now, but back when we were
Right.
younger, there was no YouTube to, look it up and all that. So this was such a great conversation. I can't wait for us to chat with Arian again. She has so much value to offer. And lady,
Yes.
we hope you enjoyed this interview, because I need to re-listen and take my notes.
Yes.